There's a lie that most of us believe about our teeth, that as you get older, you're just bound to lose them. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? The truth is, most tooth loss is totally preventable. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the silent process that causes people to lose teeth they absolutely could have kept for life. We've all heard this, right? Maybe you've even thought it yourself when a tooth starts acting up or the dentist gives you some bad news. It's this deep down assumption we have that our teeth are kind of like an old car. They're just supposed to wear out and break down eventually. Okay, let's just be crystal clear about this. That is a complete myth. Age, by itself, does not cause you to lose your teeth. The wild thing is your natural teeth are actually designed to last your entire lifetime. The real problem is something much more subtle, something happening right under our noses. So, if our teeth aren't just getting old and falling apart, then what's really going on? What are the actual culprits here? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down. Here's the thing you have to understand. Losing a tooth is never a sudden, random event. It's the final domino to fall in a long, silent, and totally predictable chain reaction. It's a whole series of small, often painless problems that get ignored until they all gang up to create one huge, irreversible problem. Just take a look at the real reasons people lose teeth. You're seeing stuff like untreated cavities, gum disease, cracked teeth. But notice what's missing from that list? The word age. Every single one of these is a condition that can be treated. The common thread isn't how many candles are on your birthday cake, it's whether these little problems are allowed to become big ones. To really get this, let's play detective for a minute. We're going to open up a few case files to trace the exact journey from a perfectly healthy tooth to one that has to be taken out. Let's see how these chain reactions actually work in the real world. So, our first case starts with something incredibly common, a simple cavity. But here's the sneaky part. Cavities don't start with a big, painful toothache. They start microscopically, with absolutely zero symptoms. No pain, no sensitivity, nothing you can see or feel. And here is that chain reaction in action. What begins as a totally silent spot of decay just burrows deeper and deeper. By the time it hits the nerve and you finally feel that sharp jolt of pain, the damage is already severe. You're not dealing with a simple little cavity anymore. Now you're looking at a serious infection and a tooth that's been structurally hollowed out. That easy fix window has slammed shut, and suddenly extraction is a very real possibility. A tiny, preventable problem just snowballed. Okay, let's move on to our next case. And this is the big one. It is the #1 cause of tooth loss in adults. Some people call it the silent killer of teeth, because just like that tiny cavity, the real damage happens long before you feel a single thing. The progression here is honestly terrifying because it's so quiet. Plaque hardens under the gum line. You feel nothing. Pockets form around the teeth, creating a cozy little home for destructive bacteria. You still feel nothing. And then those bacteria start to literally dissolve the jawbone that's holding your teeth in place. It's only at the very, very end of the process, when the foundation is gone and the teeth actually start to get loose, that the alarm bells finally go off. But by then, it's often way too late. Our last case file might actually surprise you. It begins after a tooth has already been lost, and then the space is just left empty. So many people think, it's one tooth in the back, who cares? But what they don't realize is that this one decision sets off a powerful domino effect that can destabilize your entire mouth. Look at how this plays out. The jawbone in that empty space has no job to do anymore, so it starts to shrink and dissolve. The teeth next door, now without a neighbor to support them, start to tilt and drift into the gap. This throws your entire bite out of alignment, putting all this weird, unnatural stress on the rest of your teeth. And that's how losing just one tooth can lead to a cascade of cracks, fractures, and losing even more teeth down the road. Now, seeing all these domino effects, you might be thinking, well, can't I just get an implant or a bridge to fix it? And while those are incredible technologies, that way of thinking misses a really crucial point. A replacement is never, ever the same as the original. Let's talk about why keeping your natural teeth is so important from a biological point of view. The difference is stark. A natural tooth has a root that's literally fused into your jawbone. It's a living connection. Every single time you chew, you're stimulating that bone, keeping it dense and strong. But when the tooth is gone, that stimulation disappears and the bone just starts to melt away. No artificial replacement can fully replicate that. Your natural teeth are part of a living, dynamic system.
And if you need one more reason, here it is. The number 20. There's a ton of fascinating research out there showing that people who have 20 or more of their own teeth at age 70 tend to live longer, healthier lives. Keeping your teeth isn't just about your smile, it's a powerful sign of your overall health.
So how do we stop all this? How do we break the chain reaction before it's too late? Well, it really comes down to understanding that there are 3 phases of any dental problem, and the whole game is catching them before they cross that point of no return. This chart right here explains everything. In phase 1, problems are small, they're cheap, and they're easy to fix. We're talking a tiny filling, a simple cleaning. In phase 2, things get more complicated, more expensive, but the tooth can usually still be saved. The real tragedy is that most people wait for the pain of phase 3, when things are broken, infected, and often past that point of no return. They wait until it's already too late. And that brings us to the single most important takeaway of this whole thing. The entire game is about intervention. It's about finding and fixing problems when they are small, painless, and in phase 1, not waiting until they're big, painful, and in phase 3. So knowing that losing teeth is a choice, not your destiny, and that your teeth are absolutely designed to last for your whole life, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What phase are yours in right now?